I have K.T Hammond on the line. Mr. Hammond, thank you for your time here on election headquarters. We see the results here as declared by the Electoral Commission. You accept that you've lost this?
Is that Evans?
Yes.
I'm not sure if it is concluded at our end here. Let's watch the space for some more development. I officially complained at the Coalition Center that considering all that I was observing, I needed a recount. I followed it up with a formal complaint. The returning officer said that she had to confer with Kumasi. He came back to say that Kumasi had said that if she had the pink sheet, she should go ahead and declare. My argument was that I hadn't even seen some of the pink sheets. Some of the pink sheets that have come to my attention are not quite pink. They're actually white. I know some ballot boxes cannot be accounted for. I know I have an entitlement under the law for a recount. That's all been refused so far. I told the returning officer, if that was the case and they were not going to heed to my call, I wasn't going to be part of the coalition. Of course, I observed that there was a lot of tension. I wasn't going to aggravate the situation by adding to what was going on. I decided to take my officers home and decided to have a look at how I intend to proceed. So when it gets to matters in respect of Nancy Asokwa, that's how it has gone. But Evans, you rightly made a point. For once, Nancy Asokwa wasn't even a topic in the discussions within the media because we thought that, well, this wouldn't have been one of our most difficult elections. I mean, infrastructure, well, we didn't think we had any problem here. Somehow, last time around 24 years ago, we had close to 19,000, 18,000, whatever. So with the addition of the extra voters, we were contemplating the figure of about 20,000. What we are saying is that we have 15,000. And it's not like our followers actually voted for NDC. NDC hovers around the figure they had, 13, 14. That is all they have had. But ours, 8,000, 19,000. What we have is 13,000, the figure you have just mentioned. They were just all over the place. We will put that day, but even it will pump a lot of money into development in this community. Individuals, hey, I went out and told them, look, you don't come out there to vote. The NDCs, with whatever numbers they have, will come out and vote, and it will be catastrophic. That's what we are seeing. If it is anger, whatever it is, yes, you're right. You would wake up, Evans, and be shocked.
Are you shocked? Are you shocked yourself?
Well, you see, from what the guys were doing, the certain places I went to, and what I knew of the places. In fact, there were places that I had done so much that when I went around campaigning, they said that I now think that there was irony in what they said. And they didn't vote. NDC won, but those people didn't vote for the NDCs, but they didn't vote for us either.
Let me ask you, though, on the subject of the recount, what is it precisely that got you to ask for the recount?
I'm just worried that the ballot papers themselves may not accurately represent what you find on the pink sheet, the so-called pink sheet. Because as I've told you, the pink sheets are supposed to be pink at the back, white in the front. Some of the papers that masquerade as pink sheets are really white at the back, white in the front.
But the pink sheets come from the polling stations. Did the NPP agents sign these that you are referring to?
Well, I've seen a few with some funny things that look like signatures, others which don't look like signatures. So I think I have the right for a recount. Let's see what are in the boxes, and then we can conclude this matter. They refused it. We didn't have it, and they've given that declaration that you have. I think, give and take, we're looking at a difference of about 700 or so. When we should be looking at our majority of close to 8,000. Our friends simply didn't come out to vote, and I see that it's all over the country.
Yeah, okay, so and that is the point, right? It is all over the country. You've just talked about the challenge where you are. Does that then suggest that this is I know you've asked for a recount, will you then accept the outcome, putting it in the national context?
Oh, no. After the recount, if after the recount they represent what are on the pin sheet, then of course, yes, you've got to accept it, isn't it?
But because it's already been declared, would you still get a recount?
Some of us are lawyers. You don't declare an illegality. That's nothing. No, that's no declaration at all. You may have declared it at this level. You would have declared that A, B, C, D. But if I'm entitled to A, B, and you don't allow me, you are depriving of my right. Is it also?
Okay, so what do you do now? It's been declared, it's official for us, it's been sent to the Electoral Commission, HQ in
but
Accra.
that's not the end of the matter, is it?
Well, but you have recourse to take some action. What would you do?
Absolutely, but I've told you, so I'm reviewing my options.
Okay, but you haven't...
I want to allow illegal figures to be put out there. Look at how they are trashing. Have you seen the violence taking place in the country?
Yeah, there are concerns in many parts of the country, but let's stay with Adansi Asokwa.
You're underestimating it. You're calling it concerns.
Well, I've seen the scenes of chaos in places. Yeah. We've seen the vandalism in some areas, but in Adansi Asokwa, though, I want to pick your thought about something
they came to my house. They masked up. They came to my house. I went up to them, and they left.
And they left. Okay.
We haven't had. We don't have bad relationships at all. You recall that you saw whatever it was. They said K.T Hammond had joined the NDC or something, India Fruit. They all came to my house. I actually went out there and gave them money. I gave them money. And some of them were fighting. I went back to separate them on my own money that I'd given them. They were fighting. So we have good relationship. So I didn't expect that if they had won and taken the seat, some of them should exhibit that kind of foolishness towards me. But they came up yesterday. I was told in the house that they were throwing water, sachet of water or something. I went out there, and I think they were told to leave, and eventually they left. So we are comfortable. I've been told by my district chief executive that they had told him that they will be coming to his house. If he has plates and he has the spoons, he should get ready. They're coming to take over. The drip, he should hand over, and all sorts of things. They're making all sorts of threatening statements. So far, we are peaceful. We are here. I haven't left. I'm here.
You've said that your supporters in Adansi Asokwa did not vote. They didn't go to the polls at all. And then there was apathy. What do you think accounted for this? Because you're seeing this all over the place.
No, you can't complain that I haven't developed the place. You cannot say that. I don't know whether you have been to this place or not.
No, I haven't been.
24 years, everything that you see in any community is attributable to me and the MPP. So I can't explain it.
But you must have some inkling of what, if you have development there.
The inkling is what I've told you. The little money that I have, look, I've done this. I've gone to this community. They said they want to do this. I've done this. Where is we going to get the money to give you? In any event, we're talking about thousands. And how do we do it? In some cases, I've heard my other colleagues have told me, my own constituency, my colleagues around have said things like, some of them have been saying that the delegates receive monies all over the place, so they should give them equal amounts and all of that. It really didn't make much. I didn't know how we were going to handle that. But the mom is okay, I got out from my vehicle many occasions to plead with them. I mean, there's roads and everything. Infrastructure, Asokwa can't say that we are Kumasi or Accra or anything. But Asokwa is fairly developed. AstroTurf, whatever. So, I don't know. I can't look into the crystal ball. They want specific, something like that.
Well, what about the assessment? What about the assessment that the voters in your constituency punished you because of the general shambolic economic mismanagement that your government is guilty of?
You see, it's relative. This argument is relative. The white, blue-collar workers in Accra, Kumasi might be saying something quite different from what we in our rural areas we experience. We don't have the same conditions as you experience in those cities. So I don't know. Economic unemployment, of course, it's widespread. The whole country, we have difficulties with employment, or non-unemployment or employment. But I mean, those who the artisans and others, a lot of them, have something to do. I mean, girls with experiences in the what do you call them? Tailors, and there have been interventions. There have been several government interventions to ease their difficulties. But ultimately, the farmers will help them quite a lot. Women, traders, small, the SMEs. We've done many interventions. I genuinely feel that whatever difficulties the white and the blue color workers must have experienced in the cities, we haven't experienced them in our rural communities. There's bonds, and I am in Accra. I don't quite understand this business of bonds and all the haircut, hair shave, and all that. I don't understand. They don't quite really apply in our communities here. So it's a difficult. It's a conundrum. We're not so sure what is it that has happened. But I hear our guys who manage it a little less than 80. Is that right? I really haven't come to grips with that. But it's a complete disaster. Maybe that's what the MPP want. I probably will be thinking that, well, we should begin to be suggesting to the MPP that, okay, give the country to the NDC to run until the MPPs tell us that they are happy to vote for us. Well, remember, 2008, President Kufuor did all he could for, you remember, all the interventions. Yet, Kumasi, Washington, Reagan, all over, Yanto, look at what happened. For that occasion, at least we had the chance to go in for a real run, and then thereafter, the rest is history. On this occasion, Ashanti Reagan, we were hoping to get about 80%. 80%. We worked very hard. I mean, what message did the NDC give us? But we worked very hard, and yet, they're not happy.
Yeah,
we're putting our best. There have been attendant difficulties. The nation accepted.
And you say, and you use the word there, and I think you're the first senior member of the party to have described it as such. It has been a disaster. In your constituency, you're not willing yet to concede defeat.
Well,
No. Okay. But the only basis for your refusal at this moment to concede defeat, as I've heard you articulate, is that the pink sheet colours were different from what you are used to.
Not simply that, but they have also been stolen, scratch ballot boxes. We don't have some ballot boxes. I don't know the basis on what they came to those figures. They can't find the ballot boxes. Okay.
But what does that mean, though, before you take leave of us, for K.T Hammond?
You can deduce from that what I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
yes, a little bit premature.
If just a second, if the wave that we've seen is anything to go by as an indicator, even after the recount, you can reasonably infer and conclude that you will certainly still lose the seat.
You can't make that conclusion.
I cannot, even when you've described it as a disaster.
No, disaster. Disaster. We're talking about a margin of about 700. Disaster in terms of 19,000 to 13,000.
Yeah.
19,000 and the addition of whatever vote we would have had. Anticipated 20,000. Okay, that isn't materialized. What about our figures from 18,000 whatever to 19, and then we end up with 13,000, and the balance does not go to NDC in any respect. It just sits in a base. It's the point.
Okay. Mr. Hammond, thank you very much. Thank you very much. His line is not holding, but I'm grateful that he joined us. At least he says he's not conceding yet. He's asked for a recount. He's not been given. It's been declared. And this, what you have on your screen, is what the EC declared, signed, and has now been put in the system, which you have here. And he concedes that the agent signed it. He's questioning whether they are actually the signatures. But as it is, this is the result. He says he will consider his options. He hasn't settled on one yet. But that is Adanse Asokwa for you. My colleagues will weigh in pretty shortly in an area which is overwhelmingly blue. And he himself...